All right, we're live once again, and a few minutes late. It's reading 9:03 right now. Had no technical difficulties. It was just we're ready to start. Hey.
Is that on here?
Yeah, it's on here. Because I was using that computer. 5 viewers already. Let's go. All right. So a little different format tonight that I kind of talked about. What I wanted us to do is kind of get introduced to how this is going to work. So instead of answering a poll question, I'm going to answer a poll survey, as we're going to call it. So if you're watching this video right now on YouTube, if you're on the YouTube site or on your phone, you should be able to access this. What's going to happen is you will the description of this video, and it'll say answer the poll survey to be entered. Let me just share my screen right now so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we are. So you go down here, there's all your guys' comments, and then you look down and you find the answer the poll survey to be entered in the giveaway. So you'll click here, and it's going to take you to what's called a Google form. It's essentially a way to get a survey. All right, so it says Mr. Football's giveaway live stream poll survey. You'll put in your YouTube username, football, what level of football do you play? I'll just put other, I'm a coach. What type of, these are just, some of these are just questions I want to know from you guys. I'm not going to skew the results of this, so I'll just move on. Actually, I don't think it'll let me, so I'll say Adidas, Battle, Nike, sure. Then we go down here, what social media platform do we use the most? We'll say those. And as a player, I'm not a player, but I watch Huddle more than 4 hours a week. Oh, this one's required. We'll say equipment videos. Very good. So you got to answer all of them. And then it'll tell you, hey, you're now entering the giveaway. Good luck. And then I get all of your guys' information. Not your information. Let me back up. I get your YouTube username. And that's very important on that very first question you answer. If you don't answer that, you don't get in. All right. So that's kind of where we're taking this. We're going to try it out for tonight, see how it works. So this is going to be a little new format. So, technically we don't really have, it says I went down. What does that mean? Got a message from Kevin De Silva saying it went down. I don't know. Is it still playing over there? Or?
I was actually shutting the computer down.
Oh, you were? Okay.
We'll just lost internet connection?
It looks like it says we're good. There's no doesn't look like there's anything up.
Chat box, see if they're talking to you.
Yeah. Let's see. Anyone here? It's everybody just kind of saying stuff. Can't watch it for some reason. Okay, well we'll figure it out. I'll announce here in just a minute what we're giving away. Tanner asked what we're giving away. I'll go through some of you guys saying. Fufu Killer was the first to be in here. He was waiting. He said, got 2 tackles and cracked someone. So that's good. We're having a great response. Kevin was asking if we had anybody here. Frost Teddy says, what's up? Gabe says hi. Baseball Kid 55 hi. Damian Marquez Football, what's up, man? Shout me out. Hey, shout out to Damian. He's in here. What's the giveaway? All right, so none of your business. We're gonna I'll announce the giveaway. Here's what's got to happen. All right, you guys have got to start answering this poll question. I've showed you how to go through and do this. So And I'll do this only a few times. Quarterback HD's in here. What's up? All right. So to enter this giveaway, I'll go ahead and show you one more time. Okay. So you'll go on here, scroll down to the bottom, and you will click here to pull up a Google form. It won't let me respond because I already did it. So, but you'll click on that and you'll answer. It's very simple. You just are given all these questions to answer, and it's fairly easy. There's only about 5 questions. It should only take you about a minute, but you've got to put in your to be entered in the giveaway. You've got to put in your YouTube username exactly how it is, just so we can figure out who this is. And I'm going to get your responses very easy, and it prevents me from having to sit here and write these down and keep up with it. So it's all up to you. It's not up to me anymore. I made the survey. It's up to you guys to do it and put it all in there. So, all right. So Taft 3K's in here. Baseball Kid says, we're all talking to Quarterback HD here. Gabe says, I'm subscribed to Quarterback HD and Mr. Football. Tanner says, I'm a safety and quarterback. Can I have a shout out in vid? Baseball Kid 55 in a video. Well, this is one of our videos. We really, this is what we do weekly on here now. And I want to go ahead and say this about my last 2 giveaways I've done and everything that I've kind of been saying here in the past couple of weeks about videos. This is kind of the format that we're going until I get done with football, until I'm done with my season. And we're in week 6. This is the 6th live stream we've done during the football season. We've done them since July, but we've been doing this for so long now, and it's just it's hard to just go through the week and having 3 games per week, and then having limited time to come home and driving. It's a lot to get done. And then so I just want to say about these guys that have won giveaways, I'm behind 2 weeks, and I do want to apologize to the 2 people that have won. So I just finished up making Fufu Killer's towel that he won last week for the customized football towel. He won the pink customized football towel. So that's something, that I really tried to get out, but, with my schedule and how it's kind of been working, this is what I'm able to do. Unfortunately, the post office isn't always open. There are other ways. I can get postage out to you guys and get it shipped out, but I'm going to try this week to get it out, and including with what we're giving away tonight, all of it will go out, and I've just had a little more time. But I'm telling you, we're talking about Huddle tonight. I'm going to be talking about how to watch film and get better. I spend most of my weekends on Huddle. Besides being on this computer, like, we run Huddle and YouTube on this, and that's all we do. And Huddle, and I'm just going to go ahead and start talking about, so we can kind of get through this, kind of my spill tonight on how to watch film as a football player and what you kind of need to be watching for. So Huddle is basically right now everything that football revolves around. Every program basically that runs football needs Huddle. And if you don't have Huddle, like, you kind of, it's how everybody trades film. Because you guys probably might be too young to remember this, because you might have only grown up with Huddle. Well, when I played football, there was a time where you watched film on a VCR tape. And the VCR tape was very grainy. The coach had a machine. He had like the rewind button. It was kind of a specialized remote that allowed it to do slow motion, rewind. And those videos were really hard to watch. And you really only watch film together as a team. You don't really go off on your own to watch your film. And maybe if you got with the coaches and, you could watch extra film. So there were some things that happened and things that changed. And by the time I was probably in the 9th grade, we'd gotten a thing called the Landro. And this thing cost like $5,000, but it was a little blue box that held all of your DVDs and your files and all this. So it was essentially what Huddle was, or what it is now, just in like a huge memory card form. And the thing cost $5,000, and it had thousands of hours you could put into this thing. But then Huddle came along. The first time I heard of Huddle was probably 2011, 2012. And that was when it kind of first launched. And by the time I was a coach in 2014, my first year, Huddle was everywhere. I mean, it was how you traded film. Used to, if you were on a coaching staff, one of the coaches would be responsible for meeting up with another coach, and you swapped DVDs or you swapped VHS tapes. So you would swap film back and forth, and you would watch their film from their Friday night, and you'd watch theirs, and you'd have the opponent film. And so that's kind of how it changed. Like, I still have like copies of my football, like basically of my senior year. I still have them on DVDs. Like, that's what it is. And Huddle costs thousands of dollars to have every single year. So we're thankful to have Huddle. It's a great tool. It's a great learning tool for young football players like yourself. And for coaches, I spend right now, for this part of the year, I spend all my life on Huddle. My girlfriend knows how much time I spend doing game plan, breaking down. Like right now, I've broke down 2 films probably a film and a half of game film of an opponent we're playing next week. So there is a lot that goes in to Huddle, and and the great thing about it, it's all in the cloud. You can access it from your phone. You can access it from a computer, an iPad, in any format. And that's what's great about you can watch film anytime. So let's get into talking about how you watch film of yourself. So there's some key points that you should really think of when you start watching film of yourself or your team. And no matter what format you do this in, whether you watch it on your phone after the coach uploads it on Friday night or Saturday morning or whenever it gets uploaded, or you wait until it gets shared with you, or you have to get access in that way, or you watch it as a team. However, the first thing that I always tell my players when we watch film, if I have them, usually I'm not the guy running film, I'm the one that's uploaded it, and I sit in the back of the film room on my laptop, just like still game planning on Monday mornings. Like, we watch film on Monday mornings and I'm still in the back, like kind of not, because I don't really watch our film. I watch the opponents because I'm the defense coordinator. So I'm already coming up with my game plan for next week. But anyway, we learn from our mistakes. You watch yourself. You don't watch yourself to see how well you did. If you had a great game, you had a great game. But the honest truth to every football player is you are going to make mistakes. You're going to have to learn how to come back from those mistakes. Like, you're going to make mistakes on the football field. I told my kids last night, like, you're going to make mistakes, but you've got to be like going 100 miles an hour. And we didn't have a very good game last night. We ended up losing kind of bad, but you're going to make mistakes, and you can't, and there's never a perfect game. Nobody will ever play a perfect game. That's all there is. Football is not designed for anyone to have a perfect game. In baseball, a pitcher can throw a perfect game. But in football, a quarterback, like, theoretically could complete every pass. But sometimes your assignment doesn't always work out, the way it will and the way it should. Because honestly, every football play, every football defense is designed to stop you. And it's all of football is based on matchups. It's not who outsmarts each other. It's literally matchups. And it goes down to everything. And a lot of people say it's different at higher levels like college and NFL. And yeah, that makes a difference because players are at different levels, and some coaches just out coach each other. But when it comes to this level, high school, it's all matched up. And the next point I want to bring up kind of later is, how are you going to match up with the person that you're going to be lining up over? So another thing that you should do when you watch film of yourself is watch your technique. How are you doing, like, say I guess your play might be if you're running power. How are you going to execute power better? Like, you're going to make fundamental mistakes. And this goes off the last thing. Like, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make fundamental mistakes. Like, you may step the wrong way, or you may incorrectly block somebody, or you may go downfield. You may commit a penalty. Like, those are all mistakes that are going to happen. Like, and to some extent, like, you will get embarrassed sometimes because of mistakes. And when a coach runs the film back over and tells you what you did wrong and over again and over, and it feels like the coach is picking on you or anything, well, the whole point is to try to get you to understand, like, you can fix what you're doing, and this is how you learn from it. Some tactics, you know, they are how they are, but I believe you have to watch your mistakes, learn how maybe you do something better. Like, I tell my guys all the time, like, it's just like one mistake that you made here could have done this, or one mistake that you eliminate, you know, we make a great play here. You know, I try to say more positive things. Like, it's not like sometimes you do everything wrong. It's more or less, if we get this one little more thing, like, this is a good play. And mostly I talk about, you know, offensive line or kind of my defensive scheme, stuff like that. But fine tune those fundamentals. You know, go out there, you know, whatever time you watch film during your week, whether it's on the weekend or on Monday early in the week, you know, that Monday practice or Tuesday practice is to really fine tune what you're doing. So really, those are the important days to improve on your fundamentals. And then by Wednesday and Thursday, you know the game plan, and then Friday you go execute. That's kind of, you know, how you watch film. You learn from mistakes, you fine tune what your fundamental mistakes were, and you get better. All right, so let's answer a few questions that I've been kind of noticing over here. And, you know, if you guys don't know what huddle is, and maybe your team doesn't have huddle. I mean, I've been in programs where we only had huddle available for one team. This fly in here. We only had huddle available for one team. But we, you know, would upload our junior high or 7th grade film to that varsity. Basically, if you don't, everybody has to have it for varsity. But you pay more for having more teams. So we have 3 separate teams in our program, so that all have their own huddle account. So that's, you know, all of those kids in our program are able to view that film whenever I upload it. I do all our uploading, you know, to our lowest kids to all the way to the senior high varsity group. So let's answer some questions here. Kevin says, I use huddle a good bit. Hey, Boy Skays, how do you trade for? What is it? Where was that one? What if you don't have a huddle account? Usually your coach has to make your huddle account. Like, coaches are basically administrators over the account, so you have to give them an email to get that. Basically, to put your email so you can view the huddle account. You just go to huddle.com and you'll usually get an email from them saying that you've been invited to the team, and then you go through the steps of making a password and all that good stuff, how setting up kind of any basic account, and that's kind of how that goes. Frost Teddy 0 says, in my school we only have varsity film. Last year I didn't have it, but this year I do. I don't know if it's the same in all schools. Yeah, like I was saying, it's a money issue. If your team has enough resources to have 3 or 4 different accounts, like that's, or like separate teams, like that can be done. But it all kind of comes down to money when it comes to programs. And sometimes I've been in programs where we almost didn't get to have huddle for a year. We had to raise the money, and it's hard, but because it costs in the thousands of dollars. I don't know the exact number because I've not actually paid for it as a coach. I've always just kind of been, you know, the guru knows everything about it. I just don't pay it. Kevin Silva, I play for freshman team at school. We use film during. So, I mean, yeah, our freshman team, we use, they have their own huddle, share their film with them. It won't be until that's you. Let's see where that question. Coach has somebody film practice when we were live, and the end of practice we watched. Yeah, college and playing. Just at a small Division II school, we had people that were in charge of filming, like, you know, like inside run periods and outside run periods, and like the, you know, you'd watch yourself in practice. You know, during you had to go in early for film, and you'd watch, you know, team reps during practice. And I actually, on what I do, and I don't always do this because it uses up memory on my phone, and sometimes I just, like, I'll film our offensive line work, or I'll film our offensive plays and kind of get the basically from the back view from the running back all the way to the offensive line and seeing how they block. I film for that usually and try to upload that every now and then. I don't do it every day. If we had somebody that was able to do that kind of filming, it would be very convenient for a lot of our kids, I think. He also shares other teams' film with us on Monday, so we have 4 to 5 days. We do kind of the same thing. I share all of our film as soon as we get it to all the people in our program who need to see it. So, you know, like you were saying on there, I've let kids that were maybe helping out at practice, managers, use my iPad to film. But I've not had an iPad this year, so I kind of lost that at the other school. Kevin says, our coach always tells us to spot the ball, line up. The most important play is the next play. If you have a bad play, yep. So that's all. What helmets do you have? I guess with my team that I'm on, or the ones, unless you're seeing the ones up there, but that's just like an Arkansas Razorback mini helmet. But our team, we have for the most part, we have Speed Flex helmets. Probably about 15 360 helmets in the program, and we have one Riddell Speed for some reason, and then the rest are we have all Riddell helmets essentially. Yeah, it says the coach made mine. Password highlights. So, I mean, and Huddle's great for, you know, making little highlights. Coaches can tag highlights. I haven't done that any this year to like tag any highlights yet. What can happen with, and Kevin said something about when they make your account, you know, you have the ability, like as a coach, you go in there and you add their email, you put their full name in, and you put their graduation year. So if your graduation year is like 2020, like you'll put that in there, and then what positions they play. And you can click like basically every position, but long snapper is a position. Yeah, if that's what you do on the team, then you're the long snapper. So they've got about truly every position, except for, you know, they'll have like kicker and punter, but, you know, they don't do anything. But basically kicker, punter, long snapper, basically pretty essential to the special teams game. So going to a camp where you get ranked. Yeah, long snapper is a pretty important spot to be. All right. So I'm going to check, see if we have any responses through this. Yep, sure do. Awesome. got 10 responses. You guys did an awesome job doing that. So we're going to say, I'm going to go through my last part here, and then I'm going to announce what we're giving away. So here we go. So hope everybody stays in on this. That's great. I think that worked out. So I think this will probably be the format that we go to from now on.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So we get off here last week, and my girlfriend says, you need to do something else. You're boring. She didn't say it exactly like that.
Keeping it real. But
she was right. I didn't feel. I guess last week I wasn't very into it. I think we did it kind of later at night. I want to say we had worked out that day too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because we worked out in the afternoon, and yeah, I think because we did.
You just didn't have game plan.
I did
going, and it was Saturday night, and everyone was giving you their time. So
yeah,
I should do something more fun.
Yeah, so this was definitely a good idea to set that up, and then to be able to talk about this. I've not come up with the kind of the plan for next week. We are starting to push towards the playoffs, so I think that's going to start to be our theme nearing the end. So we're going to start talking about playoffs. Probably be our push to the playoff series or something like that. What's it going to be? This week's game, I had to snap out of the back of my end zone. It was kind of fun. I don't want to be backed up to the end zone to kick, punt. If we're on defense, yeah, we'll go block it. But that's kind of what that's kind of scary. There was a time, I guess it was when I played as a senior. We played a game, and we had punted. We had to get in punt formation. We were down there kind of close to the goal line, and long snapper puts it through the back of just straight up puts it through the back of the end zone. So in football, that's a safety. So they were up 2-0 first of the game. Well, we stop them, next drive, and the same thing happens again. We're on offense. We get put down there, and then the punter mishandles the snap, and he just basically has to run out the back of the end zone, because otherwise if he gets tackled in the end zone, that would also he fumbled it and basically got the heck out of Dodge and got out. And so it was 4-0. So it was a very weird start to a game. Yeah, the pressure. What's that cat doing?
Crazy.
She is crazy. But yes, the challenge of football is very fun. And I've been thinking a lot lately. I haven't told you this, but I was just thinking how fun it'd be to just be able to play football anytime. I'm so wrapped up in football and coaching it that I just want to go out and throw the football. I just want to go have a game. I want to play a game. That's all I want to do. And not got to do that since for half the days of playing flag football at the end of my college career. I was missing that the other day. Started thinking about flag football and how fun that was playing. And there's nowhere where we live, there's nobody that wants to do that. There's no recreational teams or anything that I know of. And I think that would just be a heck of a lot of fun. And if we ever could do something like that, it would be fun. I think you guys would enjoy it. But that's just kind of where we're at. So I've kind of got off track, but I want to get to the last part here and then tell you guys what we're giving away. So we've watched film of ourselves now, and now it's time to watch film of our opponent that we're playing this week. And so, like I said, some of you guys that don't have Huddle may not understand kind of what Huddle is all about, and that's okay. We're eventually at some point in your football career, you're going to come across Huddle, and Huddle is it's a cloud-based format where all the game films of your team are just out there on the internet, and you're able to access them, watch your game film, and learn and get better. So how you watch film of your opponent, you need to kind of understand the first point that I made is understand kind of the offensive style that they play, offensively or defensively, how they kind of line up. So that's kind of the first thing you should look at. Is it similar to what your team does? Are they an under center team, a shotgun team? Do they like to run the ball, throw the ball? Do they mix in certain trick plays, or do they have things they do very well? So there was, I kind of lost track. I saw a comment that I'm going to answer this comment. Next giveaway. Yeah, okay. So I'd have thought about semi-pro football. There's a team, there's a team an hour and a half away. And I've thought about it, but they're already having tryouts for the team right now. So, and I'm not prepared. So that's not going to happen this year. But anyway, next, I like Kevin's comment. Next giveaway, fly sub out to Arkansas for football, Mr. Football. That would be crazy. That would be funny. Yeah, I mean, we got to make that YouTube money if we're going to be flying people around. That's what's got to happen. I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, kind of what I was saying about the film, know what kind of their offensive style is. So if they're like a power eye running team, they like to run the ball downhill very fast. And the thing that you watch, and sometimes you don't always understand, and this is coming from a coach's standpoint. I watch film to understand and this is from the defensive perspective. I watch the offense, and I only watch the offense. I don't really pay attention much to defense that the other team would play. I start to kind of watch it a little bit, but more or less I focus on what they do really well. So I will actually tag all of their plays, all their formations. I will go on there and, basically write the game out. First play of the game, it's 1st and 10. They run off tackle power and they get 5 yards. And then you move to the next play. And then there's all these, I just go through the entire game, every single play of the game, until I finish with 2 films watching this week's and their previous game. And then I create a report that shows basically their tendency of like what they run, what they like to run best, and what their best plays are and stuff like that. So from my perspective, understand that when you watch the offensive or defensive style play, if you're an offensive player, watch how they blitz. Where does a blitz come from? Where do they like to send blitzers? That's something that your coach can actually tag in huddle, and I haven't really got to mess around with that too much. I do plan on kind of, since I focus more on offensive opponent here this offseason, I'll work on my defensive stuff, because I actually have a list of every single call that I've made from the very first game all the way to last night. What I do is I sit up in the booth and I call in a formation over the headset, and I say, all right, I'll call in that I'll have 2 coaches wearing wristbands, and I'll say, play 1, or I'll just say a number. And then one guy reads it off and the other guy signals it. And then that's how we get a play in. So I go back and I just write the number down on this little sheet. And then I go back through here at the end of the season. I'm going to type in every single call we made and all these blitzes and the coverages we were in. So that's helpful to know. And then, so as a offensive player, you have to kind of see how they like to blitz. Do they X blitz? Do they send linebackers? Do they send corners or safeties? So you can see all that from film. But the one thing that you should really pay attention to, and this is probably the most important thing for watching film of your opponent, is put yourself into the game versus the person that you would line up over. So if you play X receiver and you play, say, on the left or right side of the ball, you should be watching their corners. You should be watching how they play. Do they play inside or outside leverage? Can you tell? Do they play head up? Do they play man or zone? Like, those are things you need to be aware of, because your coaches are going to see, and they're going to know a game plan of how you're going to have to be able to defeat a zone concept, or, you know, how to get off that, you're going to get off that press release that they're going to give you. You know, you're going to have the correct release off the ball. And then say if you're a defensive or offensive lineman, you're going to be seeing some of those guys that, you know, on film line up over you, and you're going to be able to watch them play. You may be able to see the fine things that they do. As a player, I used to watch, you know, the defense. I liked offensive line when I played, and I would always watch film of the defensive linemen that we were playing that week. And I just try to watch, you know, kind of see what number they were, and just stuff like that, and just see, you know, how they did. I would actually kind of know ahead of time some of their players. You know, I did a little self-scouting myself. I still scout out other teams and try to figure out, you know, player names, and try to understand everything about them. You know, you try to learn as much as you can about that team until you basically know them well enough before you start knowing personal information. Like, that's how in-depth sometimes it gets. But it's not always, you know, the case, because I don't want to sit down and break down a ton of film and know everything about this team that we're playing, because honestly, I don't have the time. With having if I did not teach at a school, like, yeah, I could probably have all the free time and that could be my job, just coaching. But because I teach and what I teach, like, I can't hardly do football in my classroom because that's wrong. I teach AP biology. I can't, I have to give my kids that attention that they need, because they are they're basically in a college class, essentially, that gives them college credit. And I can't be sitting around watching Huddle. All right. And that's just my time of the day. But when I'm in football mode, like, I try to be on Huddle as any time as I can. That's basically my life probably for the next month. I've got guaranteed 4 games left. So in this season, unless we make the playoffs. So so you've watched where you would line up against your opponent. And then I've kind of already said this, but know what they do best. You know, understand, like, some of the formations that they're going to line up to. If you're a defensive player, understand how you're going to line up to certain things. You know, if they come out in a certain formation, you know, your coach is going to tell you everything you need to know about, you know, how to line up correctly. They may have an adjustment that they want to make. We make adjustments kind of all the time, you know, to offensive formations, just so we don't get exposed or have, you know, like a weakness of our defense. So that's kind of like how you watch film for your opponent. You know, you understand the offensive or defensive style that they play. You need to watch where you line up versus that other team, whether you're the quarterback or you're a linebacker. You know, see where you're going to line up, and see, like, if you're a linebacker, what running back's coming at you? Like, how are you going to attack them? You know, if you're a receiver, how do the corners play? Where do they play? Know all those things. And then know what they do best. And then have an idea in your mind, have a plan in your mind as a player how you're going to stop it in coordinates with your offensive or defensive philosophy or special teams philosophy. Just kind of getting back to that's still a part of the game. All right, so I'm going to go back just a little bit on these comments. And then after I get through some of your comments, I'm going to announce what we're giving away tonight. Greg Lewis, poll question. Make sure some of you guys haven't entered, after I announce what we're giving away, I'll go back through and show you the how you do it. But basically, you've got to look down in the YouTube description box from where you're watching right now. Click the survey form. It says click here, and you'll basically do that. But Kevin says it's like you just get one throw and then you're going back where you came from. It's still talking about the fly the subscriber out to where I'm at. Anyway, we are doing something just a little bit different today. Like I said, Kevin says this is off topic, but you mentioned headsets, and it made me think of when I coached powder puff football, and I used headsets as a part of my cliche coaching outfit as a joke. Yep. I wear the dual headset that covers both my ears, and I just sit up. I sit with a hat, my headset on, and I sit there with a clipboard. It's the same clipboard that I use for some of the reviews that I used to do kind of early on as Mr. Football. And at one point I was like, yeah, I want to put like stickers of like advertisements on there, and like maybe, I don't know, Green Gridiron wants to send me something and they give me a sticker to put on there. It says, hey, it's Green Gridiron. Like, you're sponsored by, like, I don't know. It was just like an idea. But basically I've made that into my clipboard that I take on Thursday and Friday nights. I take that up to the press box, wherever we're at, and I have all my tendencies in that clipboard. I've got my film call sheet where I just write down our offensive plays too, since I'm the only coach in the booth. So, you know, I see things from up top. It's just nice to have an up top view. Nobody really, I don't think, really wanted to go up there, and I'd never coached from the booth. So I was just like, sure, I'll do it. And because of the defensive style that we were running, I wanted to be up in the booth anyway, just because you see so much from up top that really, if you know what you're doing, like I see so much, and a lot of times I can look at my tendency sheet and I can predict pretty much what they're doing. And it's kind of cool. Last night, first play of the game, knew exactly what they're doing. I had the play called. I knew what they were going to run. I had a great idea what they're about to do, and we tackled them for a loss on the first play. Like, we blitzed right into where they were about to run it, and it was and that was just from being up top and seeing it and getting the play called in, and it worked out. Baseball Kid 55 says, or hold on, let me go back up here. Kevin says he's taking biology and I do not like it. Well, you know, some people don't really like biology, and I'll be completely honest. I did not like biology in high school. I basically started teaching biology because it was something I was able to teach. Going through college, I was able to take enough classes to be certified in it. And be able to teach it. In like first couple of years, I had fun with it, but I didn't like my teacher. That was kind of the only reason I didn't like it. I liked chemistry a lot more. That's probably the only science class I ever really truly learned something in. But then I go back and I go through and actually teach biology, and I was like, man, I must have just not ever paid attention because of the teacher. And I feel bad about that, but at the same time, I didn't like her. So, and the crazy thing is I'm still in her old classroom right now. So I didn't like her. I still see like her name on stuff every now and then. I'm just like, don't like her. Is there a cleat that you cannot roll your ankle in? And then Tanner down here says, I don't know, highlights. There's the Nike. It's a new popular cleat. Can't remember. It's like the Nike Hyper Strong. It's not Hyper Strong. I've seen it. Like a lot of our kids wear it. Can't think of it right now. It's like the Elite something. It's basically Nike's highlight. It's their Under Armour style highlight cleat. It's a high top cleat. Frost Teddy 0 says, I didn't know you taught AP biology. That's good, man. I'm currently taking forensic science and chemistry. Can't take AP bio, is never good at it. I'll say it's a tough class to, be with, and the stuff that you have to go through with it, it's kind of tough. But I have a pretty good class, and they're pretty smart, and I think they're going to do really well on the test at the very end. Yeah, there'll be a lot of high top options. All right, so let's figure out what we're giving away. So I've got 2 items that we're going to give away tonight. She's over here. Yeah, so we're going to give away 2 items tonight. Because it is October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we're going to be giving away 2 items tonight. First, we're giving away pink spatting tape by Mueller. All right, so it's pink spatting tape that you can put over your cleats. There's a lot of videos out there on how to spat your cleats, but it's essentially to help kind of secure cleats, cover logos. I don't know why you want to cover a logo, but it's basically to help stabilize your ankle. You could honestly probably use it as athletic tape as well. It's essentially what it is. It's got probably a little more stretch. It's kind of stretchier than true athletic tape. It's not as secure, but it's really neat. To kind of spat your cleats. If obviously buying pink cleats would come with a cost right now. But if you wear a size 14 and you have an eBay account, you should go buy my pink cleats that are on there that have been up for months that nobody wants to buy. So they're on there for like $25. If you haven't, but it's got to be like one's a size 13 and one's a size 14. But I've got pink cleats on there on eBay, so you need to buy them. And I've been saying that for months on here.
You have huge feet.
If you have huge feet, they're the cleats for you. I wore those Nike cleats on my very last year of flag football. I caught a lot of passes in those. They'd be a real collector's item. Some UA Reviews memorabilia right there. It was Nike. We were an Under Armour channel, but we had Nike cleats, dang it. All right, the other thing we're giving away, these are pretty neat. Home and away Under Armour chin pads. All right, so these are pink. This is their pink edition of these. It's a real light pink, but you have a black chin pad with a pink Under Armour logo, and then you have a white chin pad with the pink logo, which I really like. I think better out of the ones. I think the pink one's really neat, or the white with pink look really good. But essentially, it's a home and away. You'd get 2, so maybe give one to a friend. I don't know if anybody actually uses the home or away chin pads like you use like a white one for away and another color for. I don't know. It's a cool concept. I've always liked to see more colors in these. But I picked these up like last Christmas or something. I've had them laying around. And so something finally give away Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So when we'll announce the winner here very shortly. Here in the next probably few minutes, we're gonna announce here in a minute. But we're gonna give some of you new guys. We got 5 people entered right now. Or no, excuse me. We've got 5 people watching, but we've got. Let me update my form here and see how many responses we've got. It usually updates automatically. We've got 11 people entered right now. All right, so how you enter, let me go on here real quick. I think I entered my own giveaway. Yeah, I did. I was actually the 3rd person to get it in. All right, so actually there's only 10. Did not think about that, but yes, I'm one of the people that's entered. But I did that to show you guys what it's like. Tanner says I've been in here the whole live stream. That's awesome. What happened to the stream? I guess some people had a couple technical issues, and I'm sure we kind of go through that. I'm going at HD quality right now. I don't think it's anything from my end. Sometimes things can just get messed up. I've been on live streams before, watching other YouTube live streams, and sometimes you just get kicked off. Fufu Killer, I said earlier, I don't know if you were in here for this. I talked about it earlier in the video, so you might have to go back and rewatch the video. But I said Your towel has not shipped yet. I'm sorry. I've had a long week it's just been a busy week. We had 3 away games this week. Monday night, we were JV on the road. Last night, we were on the road, and then we were at a really far away road on Thursday night. And it is coming. It was just finished hours ago. The number 17 for Fufu Killer was put on there. It turned out amazing. I think you're really going to enjoy the pink towel. I'm going to probably put priority shipping on it to get it there pretty quick to you. So you should get it by Wednesday. It should take 2 days to get it to you. So it should be very quickly that you'll get your towel. And that's for probably everybody else. I'll probably try to prioritize your shipping. So we got 8 people in here right now. I want you guys to know this giveaway. There's a new way to do it. But what I want you to do is answer this poll survey. And this poll survey I kind of use as sort of a tool to kind of gauge kind of what we need to kind of focus on with this channel. But I'm going to share with my screen right here. So if you're watching on YouTube, like on the computer, you'll go to the the description bar. It says answer the poll survey to be entered. You'll click this, and it'll take you to a Google form, and you'll be able to. It'll kind of look like this. You can essentially, I think you might be able to edit what you write, but you go through and write your YouTube username, answer all this information, what type of videos you want to see, what brand would you like to see more of, select 3. Hopefully you guys selected. I've kind of going to try to poll what you guys want to see. Social media platform, just kind of getting some basic information. And then we have one that's kind of related to our topic tonight, which was how to watch film as a football player and get better. And so I wanted to just kind of poll you guys on how often you watch Huddle as a player. I didn't put none. I didn't really think about that one, but you could probably just put less than 30 minutes if you don't have Huddle. But that's kind of, it was just a neat idea. It was all because of my girlfriend. She said, we just didn't really have a good turnout last week, and we needed to be more energetic. So this was, I tried, I think, was this better?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I always have to have her approval. I know you guys would be in here regardless if she wasn't sitting beside me the whole time, or if she was not here. Like, you guys would still be here, but she's a great addition to the Mr. Football team. So she's a part of Subscription Squad, like I know most of you guys are. All right, so like I said, we're giving away 2 things tonight. We're giving away the pink spatting tape and the Home and Away Under Armour chin pads in white and pink and black and pink. So we're ready to give these away. I'm gonna, get your final responses in. There was somebody there at the last second, so we got 11 in here, not including Mr. Football himself is in there. So let's I've got to make an Excel sheet. And we'll select a random number from this sheet. All right, so here we go. So you guys...
You delete your name out?
Yeah, I'm going to delete my response. All right, there we go. We got 12 people entered. Well, no, excuse me, 11 because. So,
I can't see you.
No, I know. I was looking at this. Okay.
Pick a person.
Okay.
.org. Give them their prizes.
I know. Hang on. Random number. All right. So we'll put numbers, because 1 is not on the Excel sheet, we'll do numbers 2 through 1, 2. Okay. There we go. 2 through 12. is our random numbers tonight. This thing doesn't want to work over here.
Probably because it's turned off.
Yeah, I guess it is. Okay.
Use the other keyboard.
I did.
Oh.
So the random number we have selected is number 10. Number 10 is, let me go back and clear this name up. Number 10 is Jamarian Vaughn. He is our winner of the spatting tape in pink and the Under Armour chin pads. He is our winner. He was number 10, the 10th person to be selected. So if you were in here, I've not seen. Yeah. Did we see this? Has he been in here?
I don't remember that name.
I don't either. He must have just kind of did it. He didn't comment, I guess. You know what I've thought about doing?
Have to be in the live stream to get it?
That, and I'm going to mute my microphone to talk. All right.
Okay, girlfriend's making a judgment. If he can't find a comment by this person, we're not going to give it to him.
You know, most people that were commenting in here in the live chat have all entered. Like all of you guys that are in here, but that's the one name I don't see.
Is the URL different than the name? If you're in here, you need to comment.
If you're Jamarian Vaughn, he selected junior high. He wanted equipment videos. He wants to see Adidas, Under Armour, Riddell. So you said Control F?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should be able to search for it and see if you can find him.
Okay. We have a Chavius Johnson, but he was a long ways up there. I don't think he entered. Copying the name. No, didn't show up. Huh. That's weird. It could have just been somebody. Well, let me look down. Probably only came for the giveaway.
Redo. If you didn't comment at all.
Yeah, you don't comment. Like, it's right there on the side. It's like everybody can comment. I don't get that. Anyway.
All right, pick a different number.
We're picking another one. Here we go. Random number is 5. Number 5 was Baseball Kid 55. He's been in here. He's in here. He's the winner.
He had an ankle issue. So
he had an ankle. He had an ankle issue, and he's getting the spatting tape. Dang it! All right, where are you? He just commented. He wanted to know when the winner is announced. Baseball Kid 55, you are the winner. All right, we picked somebody. We got them. We have 9 people watching right now. Are you in watching one of these people?
No, I'm not watching.
Awesome. All right. So I love doing this kind of stuff. This is a lot of fun. We should just, what if we just like rapid fire giveaways?
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, I know, because you want me to get out here.
No, I want everybody to get something. You have a lot of people that watch your videos that
I know. Oh, I know. There's a lot of people that haven't won. And I feel bad. And there's a couple of people that have won twice. Not anybody that's won 3 times yet.
If anybody's interested in like a goodie giveaway live stream where maybe you don't get major stuff, but maybe we give out some
smaller things
and stuff.
Yeah, we could probably do that. The only kind of issue is shipping it out. That's kind of where the money comes. But you know, I get money from YouTube a little bit, so Waiting on that next YouTube check to drop in. So give away a shock visor. See, that's a crazy giveaway. Like it's not impractical. Like it could happen. Like I've given away 2 visors away. And so I think a shock I've not actually ever owned one, never seen one in person. So I think that's something we're going to have to look into eventually because, and I am there. I've already ordered something from eBay that'll be a part of a later giveaway, probably here, kind of nearing the end of October. So that will be a huge giveaway. Be ready for that. So next week might be a for all like she said, like a knick-knack giveaway kind of thing where we give out multiple prizes throughout. Sometimes I've done a couple live streams before where we've done a couple multiple ones, but this was a lot of fun tonight. It's probably the most fun we've had in a while since some of the bigger live streams we've had. But all right, so Baseball Kid, what you need to do is you need to get Instagram. You need to get on Instagram and find me on Instagram. I'm Mr. Football Coach. You'll follow me on Instagram. Make sure to follow me. I'll try to follow you back and get in touch with. I don't usually email. Email usually doesn't sometimes work out right. But what you'll need to do. Here's a new Mafia game online. Join MafiaAddict.com. Create the most respected mafia in the world. Build your own mafia empire. Look at this. It's a spam. Oh, I love it. Get out of here. Put user in timeout. Get out of here. It says new game Mafia Online was timed out by Mr. Football for 300 seconds. I've never put anybody in timeout before. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, but yes, back to getting your giveaway. Make sure you go on Instagram. You comment that, hey, I'm Baseball Kid 55, and then I'll have to get some of your basically your info to ship it out to you. Just that's really all I need. So I'll look for that. He just put his username in there and his Instagram thing. So I'll go back and try to find you. So I'll get in touch with you here probably in the next. Yeah, I just got the notification for it. So probably in the next few minutes, once I get off here, I'll get in touch with you. So thank you guys so much for tonight. This was a lot of fun. So really enjoyed being in here, talking with you guys about Huddle. If you missed something and you're in here, go back and watch the live stream over. We had a good talk about, kind of how to watch film as a football player and get better from that. So we had a lot of fun tonight. I think this was a lot of fun. We're going to come back next week. We're going to rapid fire stuff. So be looking forward to next week. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again. We'll see you next Saturday night. Until then, see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.